Alright, so my take on APM, okay? I see it a lot with low MMR players. They love talking about APM and calling people Smurfs because they have like 300 something APM, even though they're like legitimately like 1500 MMR players with a high APM. As you know, my APM is not very high. I'm like around 200 at most. On average, I'm like barely over 200 when I'm playing Terran specifically. I think APM matters if you're doing it correctly. I think low MMR players that are spamming just to keep their APM up are literally hurting themselves and nothing else. If you're doing a bunch of unnecessary actions because you want your APM number to be higher, you are making yourself worse at the game because you're completely focused on something that is utterly irrelevant. You need to learn how to play the game, and when you know how to play the game, then you can learn to play the game fast and efficient. But spamming for APM when you have no idea what you're doing is hurting yourself. I think I've reached a point where my low APM is actually hurting me. I feel like I understand the game relatively well. I can look at games and tell you a million things that I'm fully aware that I'm doing wrong, and I don't have the speed or efficiency to get it done. So I need to do things like fix my hotkeys and start using F keys and stop using arrow keys and all these mechanics that I have that are slowing me down. This is where I'm taking more damage than a lot of things. So I need to improve my mechanics, and then I can go back to improving my game understanding. But I have the opposite problem. I have a relatively decent game understanding. I'm not going to say a good game understanding, but decent enough that I know how to play at like at least mid A level, and I just don't have the speed to accomplish the things that I know that I should be doing.